This is Dubai, the golden crown of the Arab world, and one of the most visited cities on Earth. Its success came from one simple idea: take what has been done before and make it bigger, bolder, and more astonishing. That idea worked astonishingly well for Dubai, turning it into a model that many Middle Eastern countries have tried to imitate. But there is one neighbor of the United Arab Emirates that chose a completely different path: Oman. In a world filled with Burj Khalifas, palm-shaped islands, and massive artificial megaprojects, Oman has used its oil wealth in the opposite direction: a calmer, more thoughtful approach, one that may ultimately outlast Dubai's model. When the oil boom began in the 1970s, the Middle East, previously hidden from the world, suddenly became the center of global attention. The city that led this transformation was a small settlement on the Arabian Gulf, Dubai. At the time, it was a modest town dependent on pearl diving and small-scale trade. When black gold burst from beneath the ground, the UAE gained what appeared to be limitless financial resources. Empty desert land was transformed into massive infrastructure projects. Leaders now had money, land, and total authority, allowing them to build cities designed entirely from their own imagination. From the world's tallest tower to human-made islands, Dubai's success is undeniable. Its neighbors, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, and now Saudi Arabia, followed the same path, unveiling projects that were even larger and more expensive. Saudi Arabia announced a linear city with a price tag of $1 trillion. Qatar revealed a $22 billion project to build a futuristic city. Jeddah announced a new skyscraper designed to break the Burj Khalifa's record. Everyone wants to become the next commercial miracle, another Dubai. But at the edge of the Arabian Peninsula sits a quiet neighbor that many overlook: Oman. Though rarely in the headlines, Oman was also part of the oil revolution that transformed the Middle East. It possesses significant oil and natural gas reserves. So why did it take such a different path? The answer is simple: everything was planned in advance. From above, Oman appears calm and unflashy, a pleasant place for a short vacation, but not a global tourist hub like Dubai. But this image is not an accident. It is a deliberate choice. Oman discovered oil at the same time as its neighbors. However, while other countries spent their wealth on rapid tourism growth and massive commercial projects, Oman chose a slower, more deliberate path. Unlike Dubai, which built ultra-modern cities from empty desert, Oman focused on strengthening what already existed: its national identity itself. That is why you will not find skyscrapers in Oman. While its neighbors compete to build the next tallest tower, Oman set clear rules. Buildings taller than 6 stories are not allowed. Architectural designs are required to align with the country's cultural and environmental standards. While other countries placed heavy emphasis on tourism, Oman has been planning a future built on industry and education. Although education currently accounts for about 5% of the country's GDP and industry nearly 10%, both sectors are steadily growing. This is because Oman is investing billions of dollars into its long-term Vision 2040, which aims to create a sustainable, knowledge-based economy that is independent of oil. Unlike cities built from zero, Oman is not trying to leap beyond its capacity. Many countries first construct massive megaprojects and only later ask how they will be sustained in the long term. This is why Dubai, despite breaking countless records, is often described as a poorly planned city. Dubai is heavily dependent on cars. Wide highways, massive interchanges, and rapid expansion have resulted in an urban layout that lacks cohesion. Everything appears rushed, artificial, and disconnected. Yes, Dubai is an economic marvel, but the signs of poor planning are difficult to ignore. The same mistake can be seen in other from-scratch cities. For example, Jeddah Economic City invested heavily in eye-catching landmarks, especially the Jeddah Tower, in hopes of surpassing the Burj Khalifa. Yet to this day, the surrounding land remains empty, and the project has stalled. The famous saying, "Rome wasn't built in a day," reminds us that a sustainable city requires time, experimentation, and a solid foundation. New York, London, and Tokyo did not become great overnight. They grew through decades of gradual development. This is where Oman differs from Dubai. Oman understands that it could easily attract global attention, but it has chosen to play the long game. Instead of chasing instant spectacle, it is focused on education, its citizens, and building a skilled workforce. Its goal is a stable economy that grows over decades, or even centuries. Oman has the financial capacity to build floating cities or towering skyscrapers, but instead, it wants its people to have affordable housing. It prioritizes stability and quality of life. Rather than constructing oversized, impractical interchanges, it invests in walkable cities, neighborhood parks, mosques, hospitals, and services that are close to the people.